That's the thing now. Once it's the thing, it's the thing.
We're alive. It was getting pretty bad at the beginning with like a Bruce Buffer thing. Like
Yeah.
you're just straight up ripping off Buffer. Like
If we ever got big, it could be coming your way for sure.
you owe me money.
Those guys got that thing all locked up. Like,
Do they have,
like
like,
his
that
brother
patented?
has Ready to Rumble or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you're using that in some roundabout way, you better give him a little bit of your money. Legally, which is fun.
Do you think he actually owns rights to it?
Yeah.
Like, do they have to? You have to pay them money just to say those words in that order?
Mm-hmm.
Weirdos.
But I wonder if it's only if you're making money to do it.
Yeah, well, no one's gonna give a shit if you're using
Yeah.
it. You're not getting anything from it. Hey, folks, we are now on the air for a little bit. Got a little sidetracked there. Quickly run us our sponsors, Mike.
I'd rather do that just start, but sub these in later. Onit.com.
Do like a Bill Burr thing, like mix them in halfway through.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take a short intermission. I'll let you know.
That one's weird though, because that one breaks up the conversation. If we
Yeah.
could just cut these in at the start.
Yeah, well, I think
That's
Rogan now he pre-records it, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they just start talking.
He's got a recording with them.
Onnit is an online supplement superstore. They can get you all sorts of things to look after your health and your mental capacities. Go to addressthismess.com, click on the banner, and we put all that money back into the show.
You want to
mics, stuff like that.
You want to do that one, Mckayla? You want to let people know about Amazon? No.
Amazon.com is an online superstore. You can pretty much find anything there. We got most of what we have in this studio there, aside from this badass desk.
Yep. You got this at IKEA.
Go to addressthismess.com, click on the banner, and if you like audiobooks, you can go to audible.com. Hey, you're messing with the levels. That's better.
Yeah, like, do you want your headphones down?
I just want a snare in my headphones. Do you have any snare? Audible.com can get you audiobooks so you can listen to them instead of read them. So if you don't like listening to the same 19 songs on the radio every day that they make you listen to, you can listen to something that might help you along the way. Go to audible.com, type in ATM as the promo code, get yourself one free audiobook.
Get out of there.
Free trial. And also Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave Club offers you cheap razors because you know you're paying too much for those. And they'll send them to your door for $5.99 a month. Quality razors, shaving you time, shaving you money. AddressThisMess.com. Click on the banner. Get yourself some razors. Shave your goddamn face.
Good job, Mike.
Shut up.
You're stupid.
Dummy. Man, I was listening to this radio interview on the way over here, and there's people talking about having really slow internet connections.
Yeah.
And I might as well have been watching like a recreation of Auschwitz. I was just cringing. I was like, oh, stop the suffering. These poor people.
What, like,
they're just
dial-up days? Or what?
Well, yeah, they're in Canada. And they bring this professional on or whatever, and he's talking about like why they can't get internet out to those services. Because he's like, well, the geographical complications that we face in Canada, small population, a lot of land, the infrastructure is not any cheaper to build. But we got to get it all the way out here for these smaller number of people, so we're getting less off of the bills that we're building for people. So he's like, we just can't get out there.
Yeah.
But these people are calling in, like, paying $90 a month for fuck all, like,
shit, yeah.
dial up, pixelating.
Where,
like
where
they can't
are these people?
stream, they can't do anything. Just in rural areas in any province.
Yeah.
And
well, I think that's a big thing. Like, everyone's really upset about how much we pay for like services here. You're like, our cell phone bills are more than anywhere. Like, we're the second highest. Like, we pay second highest most money. I don't know, that didn't work out right.
in like
in the world,
in northern BC or whatever.
Well, in Canada, like our cell phone bills are the second highest in the world. Apparently, like just what we pay for our services and what we get. And like you'll be watching American programming. And you'll see, like, they'll be like, unlimited everything, $30. You're like, Jesus, fuck, I pay like $80 and I don't get that.
Well, it's $30 US.
So $80 Canadian.
Just big time these days.
But that's how it got explained to me, is that we've got so much more land to cover. Like Japan, like fire up a couple towers, you've got the whole island covered. And you have this many people feeding into that. Mm-hmm. Is where here, like on a tower up north here, like what are you really... You're not getting, you're getting a fraction of the people. But like you said, it costs the same.
Yeah, you don't get the return of investment. Yeah. And he's like, we're constantly juggling that problem. Mm-hmm. It's like, but then I started thinking about the population problem in Canada. It's like, why don't we have the numbers? Mm-hmm. We not fucking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think our population is doubling at the rate everybody else seems to be. Maybe it's because we start so slow. It's the same exponential growth, but it's only off 30 million, not 300 million.
Yeah. It's weird to think that like what we have for all people in Canada is the same as like New York State or something.
Well, this is why we could be badass socialist country. Like it would work for this number of people. I don't know if like Bernie Sanders doing the socialist thing in America for 350 million.
Yeah.
It's gonna cut it. I'd like to see it done just for the hell of it, because
I heard it'd be really
clearly
good
we're
if it
already,
gets
this system's not working, so why don't we give it a shot, right?
Yeah.
But for just 35, 40 million of us, we could pull that shit off. If our dollar wasn't so horse shit. Like, what impresses me about the pound, Britain's small, very, very small.
But their money
the pound is the shit. It's like $2.19 US.
Yeah, somehow that's more. Is it just because they never print money?
I don't know how that's fucking
I never got that. Like, if your country's in debt and you owe money, they're like, oh, it's so bad. We're going into deficit. Like, we owe a bunch of money. I'm like, who's going to come and claim it? Like, if someone like, you owe me, give me this. You're like, sure, just fucking rattle a bunch more bills off the machine.
Yeah.
Print them out and hand them to
I tried
them.
to look up the answer to that question, and it's very, very gray.
But then people are always like, if you print more money, it devalues your money.
Well,
like,
apparently.
just print fucking more then.
Yeah, because I always wondered, if you're the guy with the biggest stick, who cares if you owe anybody else money? And that's the U.S. They're just the biggest guy on the block. So even if you're calling in, they're going to say no, and then what? You escalate, and then they're like, okay, well, let's throw it out.
Yeah, you want to fuck around?
Yeah. And then we'll wipe the debt clean after that, because you're done.
Yeah.
So this is going to save us money, son. But apparently, economically, if you're going to do it through sanctions and just financial, like tariffs and shit, if the what was the par is the U.S. dollar. If that ever changes, like the euro apparently was putting on a lot of heat.
They were saying that like last
and they're
year.
like, if it switches to the euro, if that's the par, then everybody's going to be calling in what the Americans owe. And that's when that whole China bought up a whole bunch of the debt thing kicks in. And you're like, okay, that could be fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Because China might want to they might catch us off, like the West per se, catch us off balance and just kick us over the fucking edge at the right time. And all of a sudden, China is China. Yeah. And there's a billion of them, and they got the biggest stick. And they're calling shit. And they're at the UN vetoing things and invading countries for natural resources. All of a sudden, their military-industrial complex takes right the fuck off. And they're even bigger and crazier.
I think they got the second biggest army. Like, it's weird. Like,
but I don't even think it's close.
Like, I looked this up. You just look up, like, the largest list of employers in the world. And the army, is it? The United States Army. 3.2 million people. Yikes. China's 2.3. Yeah. That's a sweet name, though. United States... No, so not this one. Department of Defense sounds lame. Like, look at what China calls
That's 1% of their population.
People's Liberation Army. Sounds dope.
3.2 is like 1% of their population.
Right behind the People's Liberation Army, we have Walmart.
Fighting.
That's always weird. Like, it's a hard thing to shit on Walmart, right? You're like, you can say, like, the way that they're doing stuff, just undercutting industries and, like, not paying people and that. But you're like, look how many, they employ 2.1 million people.
Well, here's the thing. That's the game they're playing. Don't hate the player.
Yeah.
Hate the game.
I like it.
You're allowed to do that.
Did you coin that?
They're just allowed to do that. Sure, you're not really going to agree with some of the corners they're cutting, but you think they're the first company to come along and do that? No, they just did it the best. And they just conglomerated into fucking selling rollerblades and like flank steaks all in the same spot. Yeah. Plus you can get your
Well, they just added groceries like recently, right? And now I think they took a good chunk of... I buy all my chicken there because it's the cheapest chicken you can get.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, who's to say that their shit's any worse than anyone else's? Really, they're just mass producing it at a rate where they can sell 60 cents under any other price for most things, and that's just how they operate. There must be a lot of waste that goes in, though.
Into their
They can't sell everything they make, can they? Like, where does all that go?
I don't know. That's what I always wonder. I saw that, like, Facebook post that was floating around a while about cars. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, look at what they're doing to, like, completely brand new unsold cars. They just had, like, a picture of, like, just thousands of, like, brand new looking cars sitting there. And you don't know. Like, it looks fabricated. It's like you could take that picture at, like, a car lot or something, or, like, where they bring the ship or the cars off the ships when they hit the port. You're like, that could be all that is. Right. And then you're going to claim, like, look, these are all just sitting here junk. You're like, no, you took a picture before they got to the fucking lot. But what do they really do with them? Do you think they just start trashing brand new vehicles? They just crush them?
Well, there is a fair amount that they do have to put towards just the safety testing. Just running them into walls. Right. Like, I always thought that was, like, a real cool job to have. Like, I don't know why kids didn't ever grow up wanting that one. Yeah. I guess those guys are all, like, legit engineers and specialists. So it's not that easy to just walk onto that team. But Just running them.
That'd be
Remote controlled, real size remote controlled cars, running it right into walls.
Yeah.
See what happens to like a fake human body. That you
The
put in
head
there.
on one's fucking cool, man. When they line two up, like bam. Like, do you see that one? I saw one the other day, and they're simulating like a 200-kilometer-an-hour crash. So they're like, basically what they're trying to get at was two vehicles heading head on at 100 kilometers on the highway.
In Vancouver.
I don't know.
Oh, there was some kid in Vancouver. He's this Asian immigrant.
Yeah, what's that got to do with anything?
Well, he was just about to get his Canadian citizenship the next day, but he's like, I'm assuming he's one of those rich Asian kids that come over. He was driving a Mercedes, hammered with his buddy, and they said they clocked him at 240. Like, judging by they hit a tree. Oh, okay. Hammered, and they both walked away.
Really?
But he got. Yeah, you're not hanging out here anymore. No, he didn't make his appointment the next day.
Oh no, they sent him back home.
Yeah, they're like, we don't need you.
Yeah,
but you can tell it was just.
Well, what were those guys from Dubai?
His dad is just the CEO of Toyota or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what. And then he's just.
What were those guys from Dubai doing? They're like shipping their cars over here to Hollywood. And
yeah,
like
well, I think they have a plane themselves that can bring it. So it's like they bring their jet, and then behind them is like the roadies pulling a trailer. So it's like just a bigger cargo plane. Yeah. That they don't ride in, but they bring their shit with them.
Yeah. And they were coming over here. They were street racing and like filming it or something. And then they were loading their cars back up on the plane and taking back off.
Well, before they were figuring out who they were, because they were riding around with like Emirati plates. Yeah. And stuff. So you could tell that they'd pulled the car over from halfway over across the world. Yeah. Flew it over. I don't even know how you fucking comprehend that. But.
Was this it?
They were ripping it, and then they were out of country again before they could even go to like. Say it was this you or anything. Yeah. No, that car was stolen.
Beverly Hills become a supercar playground for Middle Eastern mega rich.
But there's stories of like other stuff. Like those guys are in a nice neighborhood, and when you get like you're living in a rich neighborhood, chances are there's a guy who lives there who doesn't put up with shit, and he's gotten where he has in life because he doesn't put up with shit. Like, yeah, I think it was Blake Griffin ended up telling Justin Bieber in like a coffee shop, like, you don't act like that. Yeah. You quit acting like a little kid. Right. Be a man. Like, had to straighten him out. Yeah. And then he was speeding up and down Eminem's block or something like that.
Who was? Like
Bieber, I think. Yeah. And there was he's like, don't speed on my fucking block. Yeah. Like that thing. He's like, you're an idiot. And you can't do this around here. Yeah. Go do it somewhere else. Don't do it here. You dummy.
It's really weird how that kicks in though. Like I notice, like you'll drive way better in your own neighborhood, right? Like when I go, if I'm on like a residential street that's not near my house, I used to always just go flying down there, revving my engine up. Yeah. And then like when I get close to my house, if I was with a buddy of mine, and like he would do the same thing, I'm like, dude, my house is right there. Like, quit being a jackass. But you're like, why is it any different?
Well, see, for me, that seems like there's zero payout. There's only creating a margin for error right there. Mm-hmm. I don't get what comes out the other side of that.
It's cool, man.
But maybe if you're spinning your tires in a Bugatti or something like that, people are going to turn their heads. But even so, cool car. Fuck off.
Get the fuck out of here.
Drive it somewhere else, man. I don't know why they make cars that go that fast if you can't drive them anywhere but like a fucking German speed track or something like that. But people want to push those boundaries.
How hard is it to get on a track?
Well, just keep it in first gear every time I'm in a fucking restaurant. Just working clutch fucking all day long because you can't get out of first gear. Jesus.
I really want to go on a track and rip around, but they just don't seem that accessible. Like I remember street racing
Vegas,
was ugly.
You can do everything in Vegas. Shoot guns, drive cars.
They get on. I want to get on like a Gatling gun.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
I think you could get one.
I think it's just Call of Duty guns or whatever.
You got the Call of Duty MP6.
Which is one of the funniest things ever. Is like you could have a kid who's just 14 and he knows weapons better than he knows like his periodic table or anything. Yeah. Because they do like exact replicas and exact names and stuff like that.
This is something I've always wanted to do is fly a fighter jet. I always think of like anyone who's probably flown a fighter jet probably looks at it.
Flown or flown in?
Flown, like they were. Well, even flying in it would probably be kind of neat, right? But you want to fly it. You want to get a hold of that bitch and fucking start whipping her around. That? I think you
maybe for a second.
I think I think they hand it right over to you. He can just
kick you off.
Well, let's take a look.
Hand it right over. It's like you get in the seat. Yeah, it's you now. There's only one set of controls there, Chief.
Whoa.
Just fucking eject.
Do not pull the red handle. This was a lot of fun. But I think anyone who's probably flown a fighter jet looks at people who haven't the same way that someone who like hasn't ever had sex, you would look at them like, dude, you got to try it. This is unreal. You've never done this? And I think that's probably people who fly fighter jets. They're probably like, this is the coolest thing in the world. I can't believe you've never done it. You haven't lived till you do this. But I think they do a 2-seat thing. See? Right there.
Well, yeah, it's Top Gun style, but...
Yeah, they put you in with, like, the other dudes, and then they take you off and get you up to altitude, and then they hand her over, and then you get to start pulling that stick around. But that, I guess, like, I wonder if they test you for, like, your G-forces? Like, can you really
I'm sure they
handle
just
it?
cut you off in a second. And they're like, oh, this guy doesn't fucking know what the fuck's up.
Yeah, but, like, what if you grab the wheel and you start turning into a barrel roll? I feel like
I think you're allowed to do that because I think that guy could pull you out of fucking anything. If he's high up enough, he's like, it doesn't matter. It's just like riding a bike.
Yeah, go get her fucked up. I'll fix it. So
Dive
that
in
thing
somewhere,
looks shitty. I don't really care to fly in that. It's a jet, but it
That's
looks
pretty baller.
looks low budget. It's like that Wiz Khalifa film.
Looks like they're going after the mountains to fucking hunt. They're not going to chase down the fucking Russians Cold War style.
Look how cool that looks.
Yeah, see, like I think you get up high enough, they'll let you fuck around like that.
That's like freedom. Like it almost would be like that freedom, like a boredom type of thing. Like, where do you want to go? We can go anywhere. I don't know. It's just
Edge of space. That's where you can go. God damn.
Really? See the curvature of the Earth.
Low Earth orbit.
I heard you can do this like $4,000 for an hour.
Yeah, see, that's
Don't they burn that much fuel in an hour? Let's look up pricing.
I don't know.
Flying with a jet. I want one. How can I book a military jet flight? You can fly the jet yourself or give the flight to someone as a gift.
Just put your visa up.
I lost that. That thing's long gone. I really should cancel it. I'm just saying on the air. My visa's on the loose if anyone finds it. Events.
It's kind of funny how it all boils down to your credit, hey?
Like this life? Well, that's what I never got. Like, if you have enough credit, it doesn't matter.
No, like
how
if
much
you
money
just
have.
told all those guys to fuck off, like you just racked up 19 credit cards and told them all to fuck off.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but you're not getting anything else. Yeah, all right.
I understand.
I got this.
Yeah.
I'll go be someone else for a while.
I wonder when they start repoing. I've always wondered if, like, someone's just going to pull in my driveway one day and go to hook up the truck. You're like, ah, fuck. My buddy had that happen over, like, a $36 parking ticket.
You remember those fake shows they were doing?
Oh, what was it
Repo
called?
guys?
Oh, that was called? Yeah.
They would show up and they were just fucking these two maniac giant guys.
Yeah.
And they would be befuddled by some wild bitch who doesn't want to give up her Mercedes convertible or something.
Yeah.
They're like, man, we got to take this back. And she starts freaking out. And these two 300-pounders
Yeah.
can't just pick her up and put her on her porch and take the fucking car. It always turns into like 23 minutes of debauchery.
Yeah. The funniest thing is I think when people can't see past that act.
Yeah, it's so transparent, though. It's like those storage wars and stuff.
Yeah, they try to get on the other side. Like, no, dude, storage wars are real. And you're like, okay, like, have you ever looked in a storage locker? Who just keeps, like, an old 1968 convertible coupe in a fucking storage locker? They'll open it, they're like, a fucking car! You're like, that barely fits in there. There's no way someone just parked their car in there, a collector classic, and left it.
You know what else would happen? Is they would, whoever owned those lockers,
yeah.
he'd cut it open and look in there first.
Yeah.
And then start auctioning them off.
Yeah.
Because some people might just leave a big sack of money in there.
Have you ever seen that?
You're definitely going to root through all of them. If that's legally what you can even do. I never even had that substantiated. Does that actually happen? It's like 6 months and then they just sell your shit. They think you're dead. They give you one phone call. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. I think this is it. Have you seen this one?
Storage Wars?
But, like, this hour has 22 minutes. I think that's the right one.
Is it satirical or is it like just exposing them? Or they're just like, yeah. Or they're making fun of them.
They're making fun of them. It's really fucking funny. Talk about something while I find it. Is it this hour's 22 minutes? What's the one that has...
Yep. Well, it's a show.
I know. What's
60
the one?
minutes?
No. This week on 60 minutes. Who's the guy? He looks like the guy from, like, The Pest. Not who is that?
John Leguizamo?
Yeah, is he in one of them?
Oh, you're talking... Yeah, that's this hour is 22 minutes. Sean Majumner. Exactly, one of the few guys you bump into that can follow that train of thought, sir.
This might, but it's not Christmas, but it was fucking hilarious. That's not how you're supposed to spoof. Maybe it was Canadian Storage Wars. What's a fun fact for today? What's something you read today?
Buddy, you see those Panama leaks?
No.
Yeehaw.
What's that? Panama?
Big world news.
Panama.
Apparently there was this leak.
What are Panama Papers?
Yeah. A 2.6 terabyte leak I guess there's all these documents they have to go over, which apparently is a lot. But it indicts all of these fucking big 1% of 1%ers, like world leaders and stuff, on tax evasion and setting up shell companies and hiding money and fortunes and shit all over the place. And but there's so many terabytes. It just broke like the other day. What they're claiming is they haven't found them doing anything illegal. It's definitely shady. And the fucking one of the guys who's in real deep apparently is the Prime Minister of Iceland. Yeah. And they all, like, fucking all of Iceland, it looked like, showed up today at his office. And they're like, guess what? You're fucking out.
They're like, this right here? Is this
yeah.
it?
Yeah. They're like, no, you're out of here, buddy. We don't even like it. It sounds too shady.
They just show up at his fucking door.
Yeah, right at his door. That's how they do it in Iceland. We got nothing to do today. Let's fucking go. This is bullshit. This is our patch.
We need a good protest. I haven't been in one in a while. The riot was one of the coolest things ever. Looking back on it afterwards, like, that's pretty fucking stupid what they did. But when you're down there and that's going on, it's just such an energy and atmosphere. It's crazy.
Well, this is really peaceful. Look at how peaceful these people are protesting, man. They're getting together like they're watching a concert. Yeah. It's all love.
Someone's got to make a statement at some point, right?
That's unity. It's unity from a...
Peter
a level you don't usually see.
It only tremor before the earthquake. Oh, fuck yeah.
But Putin's got a bunch of people in there, apparently.
When does that, like... I've never noticed.
Chinese Prime Minister. The power tool. Chinese Prime Minister has some sort of connection. Like, some of them have connections through wives and brothers and brother-in-laws and stuff. It's like... But if your name comes up in something like that, you're freaking out. Yeah. But it was just... got me going again on the thing where it's like... There's a big secret out there. And this is a big secret. This is a big expose. These people are going to pay for this one way or the other. Like, whether it's just through political, like, losing polls, losing image, PR-wise. Or their money's going to get exposed and they're going to get some sort of tax fraud. But there's these Bilderberg motherfuckers, these 1% of the 1%, these really powerful people. They keep getting together at these meetings and they're like, no, we're not doing anything. And people are like, no, what are you talking about? They're like, no, don't worry about it. And then you're like, well, you start thinking, well, if they don't want us to know about it, then what is it? Why can't we hear? Yeah. Why there's no, like, and they're just like, no, these are just my friends. Go hang out with your friends. These are my friends. Yeah. But we're like, no, you guys are all way too powerful to be in a room. And then you see what it is they could develop without using it in language. I bet they don't even say it out loud to them inside the rooms. They don't actually divulge what they do. I bet you have to, like, see through the vague language. Mm-hmm. And they're basically telling you, like, hey, you want to invest in the right places, get a little tax break here, funnel your money over here. Because these shell companies that they had set up, they had fake CEOs. And, like, there was these people in Australia, I guess, that were, like, the heads of these companies. And they were the heads of all of them. But they were just taking, like, a small percentage up the top. Because they just needed a name there. And, like... Yeah.
Like, just a way to launder
the company
money
doesn't exist.
Right.
It's the shell company just to hide money in. Yeah. And it's connected to some super, super powerful people.
Well, whenever you see, like, a government project, like if you're driving on the highway and you'll see those things, they're like, oh, like, we're expanding this highway to 4 lanes. And then they give you, like, a estimated, like, completion time. And then they show you what it costed. And you read, and it'll be, like, a couple, maybe 2 kilometers of road or something. It'll be, like, 3.2 million. Yeah. Like, who got the contract for that? You're paying someone $3.2 million to do this. Mm-hmm. And then if you're the guy who's in the government in charge of that, like, you're going to throw your buddy that money rather than...
Well, your buddy's going to become your buddy. Yeah. It's going to be a guy or a multitude of guys that own those companies that are taking you out to play golf or anything that's not exactly tampering. Yeah. Yeah, so there's definitely human nature leads to all corruption in that sort of government, which is why, like, when you see what's going on here... You can almost get on board with those fucking crazy right-wingers. Right. With, like, not anarchy, but in terms of having less and less government, not being socialist. Right. But free market capitalist.
Don't you think you could do everything with the internet
because they're like, why do I want to give all my money to these fucking people? They're idiots. Yeah. The government, it's been overrun with idiots. So I don't want to pay into that anymore. But obviously I have to. It's the system we have. This is the country we live, the Constitution, the whole deal. But you can see where they're like, well, look at, like, what Bernie Sanders is going to do socially. Just going to take more people's taxes and give more money to the government. Well, we already know the government's fucking it up all over the place. Whatever, you just give them more to fuck up with? Why do we want to do that?
Why does he want to... Isn't socialism the opposite of it? I guess not. Socialism probably going more towards, like...
Socialism is just government-run programs. So he needs money for all that. He wants even free university, which I think is an amazing
Really?
idea. And socialism is the only path to free university.
Sweden has that, right?
Yeah, there's a few. And Germany has that. A couple of Scandinavian countries have that. But they have high tax rates, very high tax rates, and high taxes on certain things like alcohol. And I'm not sure. I think they don't like weed over there. In Scandinavia, it's still like a big crime.
Steve-O talked about it on a podcast I saw with him there. And he was talking about, he had like MDMA in his pocket when he got caught at the airport. He forgot, he's like, completely forgot I even had this fucking pill on me. And then he's like, I got busted for having weed. And then they checked my pockets or whatever and had a pill of MDMA in there. And I was like, oh, I'm fucked now. Like, here we go. He's like, they didn't even care about the MDMA. They were freaking out about the weed. And like over here, it's completely opposite, right? Like weed, you're like, whatever.
Pretty much.
I remember when I went to the States for the first time, the guy was asking me where to get weed. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not from here. But it was like, he was asking as if it was like, hey, you want to come help me bury a body? He's like, hey, you know where to get some weed, man. I was like, oh, you want some weed? He's like, shh, man, relax. And you're like, what the fuck are you going to... But it's like a bad crime down there. Like
in certain states.
Like when you watch Cops and you see a guy get arrested, he's got like a 20 back and they're like, he's going away for a while. You're like, oh, for fuck, really?
Yeah, like that's a weird one.
You're going to process all of that for that 20
back?
There's
been a few places, but it's one of the things that stands in the way of full legalization, like recreationalization. Mm-hmm. Recreationalize something like pot, then you have all these guys that are locked up for that. Yeah. You're supposed to let them all out at once? Just this influx of guys coming out, needing a job again, they deserve their freedom over everything. However they're going to survive in the system, we have to deal with that. Because we put them away unlawfully. Or do we just grandfather it in? These poor bastards in Texas that are serving like 16 years for having like an ounce on them.
Yeah.
Sitting there with rapists and murderers. It's like, damn it, man. Like, at least...
You got to think of a fake charge when you get in there, right? Like, what are you in here for? You got to think of something.
No, you got to go in there and pull somebody's eyeball out. Otherwise, you're done for, man. It's like your only option, but all you wanted to do was smoke weed.
Yeah. I think... This is so good. We're watching... This hour has 22 minutes storage for. I want to watch
Turn up your microphone for the duration of the video. Think we'd pick up more audio?
You cannot go inside the unit. This belongs to Canadian military, so it's full of high-tech equipment. Open it up. But there's a lot of cash for this one.
Oh, come on.
Fucking internet in this country.
Internet, my microphone. Yeah, fucking this dog shit internet.
Oh my god.
Come on, don't do this to me right now.
Is yours obviously been tampered with?
They open the doors and there was nothing but sand and...
Oh, man, it's so good. You're gonna let... Oh, let's see. I got a finger here.
This one really hurts.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
They're making fun of us. They heard us slandering their service.
Shaw sucks, Rossi. It's bullshit. I'm going to tell us.
Hey. No yelling on the boss.
I'll get him going, right?
You're cranking the volume on a video we can't play.
I think it'll be buffered now. Just like Bruce. Ba-da-dum-bum.
Careful saying that. They might get
rocks.
Just pay them money.
There's money to be made here.
Yeah?
Rocks can be very collectible. Look like a safe bet to me.
You want to do it? I wasn't about to let this sand slip through my fingers like sand. Yeah, I just want to get 14. I'm on the sandbox store, and I'm thinking about getting into litter boxes. I need this unit.
Yeah, I bet I'm right back. There's no way a bunch of rocks was worth that much. So I had to be missing something. Yeah, 3,000. Yeah, 8,000.
9,000. 9,000 going once. 9,000 going twice. Oh, God, no, I don't want this.
Good. Military stuff is very collectible. It's a good get there.
I've seen sand go on eBay for 30, maybe 80,000 bucks. Let's go to an expert and see what we've got here.
That's so good. No. Oh,
Well done. I wonder who wrote this.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, this is so good because they get every major point when you watch Storage Wars. Because like what happens right here is something I always think about with the bullshit. When they go take it to an appraiser, and it just seems so.
Yeah, and it's like that guy wouldn't give you that money for it.
Yeah.
So why is he telling you it's worth that much?
Come on.
I've seen sand go for $35,000, $80,000.
Are you sure? Just soil and stone?
No, it's sand and rocks. It's worth about
Getting killed here.
God, right at the
Getting
punchline.
killed here.
Right at the punchline. Why? Like, see, but is this the internet or is this the website? Like, CBC just sucks dick. They're not paying their bandwidth.
$200,000.
Let's call him up.
That's Storage Wars, Afghanistan. Right after Pawn Stars, American Pickers, Sister Pickers, Canadian Pickers, Cajun Pawn Stars, and Auction Hunters on History. Seriously, when did the History Channel become the Antiques Roadshow for hillbillies?
It's weird how that channel
Good for them.
Too, like TLC just totally went away from any learning. Like TLC has that stupid Goonies. What are they called? Swamp People. What's the one I'm thinking of?
Duck Dynasty?
No.
That's A&E, which is even further off brand.
What is?
There's that Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo. Those little fuckers.
People love a train wreck. You can show somebody they're doing worse than them. Ooh. They'll tune in.
What is Honey Boo Boo?
I gotta see it. You know, it's actually, I don't like it. It's just kind of funny. No, you're supporting garbage. Turn it off.
Then and now.
Yucks.
Oh.
What a sideshow. But who the fuck might have judged them? They got paid.
Yeah.
That's why you can't get too off your perch about these fucking realities. Like the Jersey Shore guys.
Yeah.
You don't have to walk around prophetically claiming, oh, that guy's a douchebag.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that comes across in the first 30 seconds. We get it. But
Yeah.
he's getting paid. What would be your price? If somebody thought something bad about you, but you got to make $3 million off it.
Yeah.
These guys think you're a douchebag, though. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
You see my new car, my new house?
Yeah. I'm gonna go get my
Yeah,
Ferrari
for free. You know that I'm not working a job anymore. That's fucking pretty key. I guess I'm a douchebag. So who's really the guy here?
Yeah. Pretty easy to be bitter.
People don't want you to be a liar, though. And I think those guys were slightly authentic.
The Jersey Shore.
Yeah, they would be authentic. It's probably what they wanted to do. They probably like hammed it up for the cameras a little bit, trying to come up with catchphrases and like shit like that.
What is it? GTL? Is that right? Jim Ten Launder?
I think there was a few that came out of there.
That's
But,
what is it? Cabs are here. Is that from that? Is that from that? Cabs are here. Yeah.
looks like it. You know.
You know, come
You
on.
know. Tell us.
Which one was the one? Snooki was like the weird one, right? She seemed like she got all the attention, but she was the ugliest. What was that? Was that just because she had a cool name? Like Snooki? What do they do now? This is the one, right? Is this the Snooki? That looks
I
like
think it's because deep down, every guy doesn't mind a 7 who tries real hard. There's a lot of admirable qualities there.
Gioni Lavelle. Is this guy on the show too? Was this guy from the show?
I don't know.
Joe,
I don't know. I don't really.
Like, is this all fake? She
Wanna
said she was
know.
like, married her long time. Was she married the whole show, but just fucking around?
Oh, I don't know.
No, she met him after in the follow-up series.
Oh, okay.
What a sweetheart. I hope they're happy. Look at that extra small T-shirt. There you go.
This guy, did he ever turn out to be a real DJ?
All you gotta do is say you're DJing a real DJ. What are you talking about?
I saw that thing. A lady went around and was like, just like became a DJ in a year. Like, famous one was getting paid lots of money to do it, and she was just ripping off other people's stuff. It was like kind of a social experiment they're doing. Like, how hard is it to create a DJ?
Probably
and they just
entirely
started,
possible. Yeah.
they just started pumping a lot of money into like advertising and like getting her name out there and like really hyping up her being a DJ.
And hitting that drop, baby. Yeah.
They do it every time. Do they really do anything out there?
No.
No, you think that's
No,
all
I know
done at
there's
home?
things that they do, but I don't think this is the skill set that garners this much money.
Yeah.
I thought that guy was supposed to stay in the studio and mix those beats, and then someone come out and perform those things.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you mixing. Like, honestly, I don't want to see the process, like, behind the scenes. I thought this was supposed to be crazy. I don't know. Is that an instrument? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. You're good at something. You're definitely good at, like, understanding what all those things do. But we went to a DJ Tiesto concert in Vegas.
DJ Tiesto?
Yeah, and that was a waste of money.
Really? You didn't like it?
Absolutely. Place was overcrowded. $16 beers. Like, you couldn't even get to the dance floor if you wanted to get on the dance floor. Yeah. They just sold so many tickets. There's like $1,000 bottle service around the stage. $16 beers. And I'm getting I'm like, right? This isn't me. Yeah, like, we're wearing like fucking slacks and fucking leather shoes because you have to get in this place.
Yeah.
This guy comes out, doesn't do a fucking thing. He's like hanging out there with his friends. You know how they'll have like 7 people up there with him? Yeah. They're talking, they're like in each other's ears, and then he like comes back over like he's doing something. There's nothing changed. So what are you really doing? You just have an autopilot up there and you fucking turn around and they're like taking pictures with the crowd behind him and stuff. I was like, dude, do you have a job to do? Like, what the fuck? And I feel like such a smart because that's not my stuff. Like, I could go down the street and I can get a Michelob Ultra for $1. So I can get 16 beers for $16. That's all you do is throw 16 $1 bills across the way. You want to tip the guy, give him another one. Yeah. And he gives you 16 beers back. Yeah. And I'm paying $16 for this one aluminum fucking bottled beer. Yeah. And just to stand like sort of in the corner and be part of this fucking facade. It's a joke. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I could see like a lot of people were on drugs or in like a private area where they have the exclusivity of like, wow, this is a sick event all of a sudden because I'm the guy sitting at the table with like these hot broads who get called over by a table of rich guys. Yeah. And all of a sudden their night changes. I'm sure it was great for them.
You ever got bottle service?
Yeah.
Where'd you do that at?
In Vegas.
In Vegas. Yeah. How much was it?
It was, depends on the bottle. I think we bought like a $180 bottle of vodka or something like that.
Right. I did that in CT, was it?
Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 of us in there. We met up with these guys they were from Jersey, so they kind of had like those accents. Yeah. I was just yelling at them, like, because I wanted them to yell back at me. Yeah. They were having a good time, and we were sharing bottles and stuff, and just them talking in those accents, fucking hilarious. And they couldn't understand why I was laughing in their faces all the time. But I was like, say something else.
That's like, I really get it, like Australians. When I was in Vancouver, there's Australians everywhere, and it's just hilarious just hearing them talk.
Fucking dickheads, eh?
I got bottle service one time at the Calgary Stampede. I'm pretty sure we just got hosed. What it was, we couldn't get into the club without bottle service, basically. Like, we showed up to the dance way too late. And the lineup was way down, like, it was 100 people in the line. And it's like 1 o'clock already. Bar's only open for another hour or so. And they're like, yeah, like, you're not getting in line. Like, if you want to come in and get bottle service, we'll let you in. So we all like, yeah, we'll get bottle service. Fuck it. Well, we get up there. And they hand us, they're like, here's a list of bottles. Like, pick whatever one you want. We're like, we'll get a couple, right? Grab 2 bottles here. They had the number. It was like $200 per bottle. They had that just like X through it and just wrote in pencil underneath was 500. So I don't know if they did it just for the Stampede or if it was the people working there. Like, fuck these guys.
Just an implied gratuity. Please tip 300.
Well, they did. That's what they did. We got our bill. We got 2 bottles. We got like spiced rum and like maybe Grey Goose. I don't even know. Like, it wasn't
$90
like
combined at the liquor store.
Yeah, tops. And it $1,200 was the bill. Because, like, we put 20% gratuity on. You pay 2 bottles, $500 a bottle. It's $1,200. You're like, those bottles went down so fast.
Yikes.
And you're like, fuck me.
But you got to be the man.
That was pretty cool.
That's what they're selling, the exclusivity. I watched this thing on the guy, I think his name's Don Johnson, which is awesome. But he's this big whale in Vegas, a gambler. Mm-hmm. He famously took like $5 million off of the Tropicana one night. Mm-hmm. And just sitting down and playing blackjack and playing like all these certain hands.
Is that the guy who like debates his like he tries to get house odds or something like odds?
Yeah. As a whale, he's like, I'll only come and stay at your place if you give me this. Let me bet this much or like play this many hands, and he gets it in his favor mathematically. Yeah. Yeah, and they say what he did was he went from being like, because they have a radar on you, so he went from being an average player, and then he went to being an elite mathematician type player before they could find out. They couldn't track him that way, and then he showed up one day with the winning formula, sat there all night, and took like $3 to $5 million off or some shit like that.
Yeah.
and they won't let him back. But
That's so fucking.
what he had, well,
weird,
sorry,
eh?
just the exclusivity. He was in this documentary or this thing on him. He's sitting at a table at the Bellagio, and it's in this little restaurant that's like right behind the fountains, in the famous Bellagio fountain. It's $250,000 a night to reserve that table.
Really?
And you go and sit at it, and there's a red button there. And if you hit that red button, the fountains go off in front of the Bellagio, and you can sit there and hit it all fucking night.
Really?
It costs like $10,000 a pop. You can just hit it, and everyone goes, "Oh, are you fucking kidding me?" And then they hit it again. Wow. Meanwhile, he just sits there, has a whiskey, doesn't even hit the button. He doesn't give a fuck, man.
Yeah.
This guy's just balling.
Yeah.
And he's like, I mean, not only
That's probably
a
good
rich guy, but the respected guy in Vegas. He can just go somewhere and people know his face. He snaps his fingers. He gets everything, right?
Yeah.
It's like living in a real familiar place, being the man, and
Yeah.
haven't earned it all, I guess, in one way or the other.
I don't get how they. Like they can kick you out of places, right?
Yeah,
like
well, they can
you
refuse
win too
business
much
to everybody
money
on
and they're
private
like,
property, I guess. Yeah.
Well, like it's like listening to Dana White talk about Vegas. He's like, they're a bunch of pussies in Vegas. He's like, those guys don't know how to play. They don't fucking bet big money. And he's like, goes in, he wants to throw down $1 million on something. They're like, no. He's like, fuck you. Like we're doing it. Like put up $1 million. Like I'll put $1 million on red.
Floyd finds a way.
Yeah. I
Put
always
$1
wonder how
million
much
on
money
college.
he's like. Do you think he's really winning it all?
Put it on college football. Like, you really watching college football there, Floyd?
Yeah.
It's just, I think he just likes people. He's like, yeah. He just wants everyone to know, look what I just did.
Yeah.
Just threw this huge bet down. Yeah, I might win.
Well, it's
I might
even like
lose.
you
I
hear
don't give a
Bill
fuck.
Zarian talk about it, and he's like in Vegas. He's talking about being hungover and fucked up. He's like, I had $10,000 on the Carolina game. I wasn't really fucking into it because I was really hungover. Like you have $10,000 on a game and you're not like glued, but you're like, why are you even doing it then?
Mm-hmm.
Like you just want to throw it down and
You
then.
want to be that guy. The gamble all the
But
time.
it seemed like that's kind of where like drug dealers go with all their money too. Just getting into gambling because it's a way.
Well, it's easy enough to launder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll just throw my money in here.
Yeah.
You see
Some people get to live that life. It's a weird inequality that we all kind of just accept.
Mhm.
Because it's like, well, I don't know. I guess they earn that somehow, some way. They're the haves. We're the have-nots. And they get to live like that all the time. And now you get access to it. Like, you watch fucking certain people's Instagrams or, like, Twitter accounts or Facebook even.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, tomorrow he's just going to get up and do something like that again.
Yeah.
And I got to get up early, go do something I don't want to do. And most people do.
Well, it's
And
like
95% of it.
Kevin Hart talked about why he won't party with athletes anymore there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like because he talks about like that crazy night they had and they went out and spent all this money and he wakes up, his buddy calls him. It's like, oh, it was a crazy night last night, eh, man? He's like, yeah, man, yeah, it was fun. He's like, well, get ready because we're doing the same shit again tonight, motherfucker. He's like, I can't do.
Well, the thing is, that joke's no longer relevant because he can do all that now. That was before he was making $20 million a movie.
Yeah.
Doing fucking buddy comedies with everybody. Buddy comedies with The Rock, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
He's doing like
Those are some of the-
recreating old movies basically, like The Wedding Ringer, and it's like he's just walking the same territory and writing a few new jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But fuck, like Chris Rock lit him up at the Oscars there. He's like, Kev put out some movies, man. Porno actors don't work as quick as Kev. Putting out movies every month.
I want one of these. You think you'll ever get one? Probably not, right? It's so weird growing up because when you're a kid,
That would still be so far down my list anyways. It's like, how am I going to come up with $2 billion to have $200 million to throw to on a boat?
yeah.
That thing's $16 million.
This
That's
thing
not
looks, yeah, man, that looks like a good deal.
Still,
We should start pooling our money together, man.
you got to be one of those fucking Wolf of Wall Street dudes.
Imagine sitting on that right there, just getting lit. I like it.
Just somehow finding a way to, even just being like a con man.
Yeah.
Like, you only really see it in the movies.
You
I don't
want to
know
be
how
on
you
a
would
boat
ever
if you're a
pull it
con
off.
man. They can't find you.
International waters.
Yeah. No one's coming for you. That looks super cool, man.
That's just like,
Think how many chicks you could finger blast on that thing?
what's that on top?
I don't know. Solar panel?
I gotta say.
Maybe.
They're going to have that technology for sure.
Oh,
Those pillows cost more than my fucking.
I know. That's what I was saying. I'm
house.
like, this is way nicer than my home.
Oh,
Like, doesn't shit
Crystal
ever get a little-
Stemler,
Nah, they're
which
never
they
gonna
probably
use.
will use because they're rich blue blood cunts.
I was like, oh, it's so easy to make fun of rich people. It's like, oh, yeah, go fuck yourself.
You're a criminal. You know you're a criminal. Unless you're doing something to change the world, you're a fucking weasel.
Mm-hmm.
I like Elon Musk. My favorite movie, Citizen Kane.
Oh. Let's get to.
Those pictures are fucking unreal.
Yeah. I used to always look at these, and it's so weird as you're growing older, you start realizing stuff you're never gonna get.
What do you do if you never know anything but that? Like, you're Jay-Z and Beyonce's kid. You're Will Smith's kid. Look at how fucking out of touch with reality those clowns are. Will Smith's kids are crazy.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they doing weird shit?
No, well, they just say weird shit. I don't know if it's just a big joke over social media.
What they do?
But that kid just, like, tries to prophesize about life. And he's just saying, like, vague, weird nonsense.
Yeah.
I forget what the one's name is. He's the Kung Fu kid.
Willow?
Jaden. Jaden. Yeah. Out of his mind. But apparently Will Smith is, like, kind of, like, under the radar out of his mind. Like, Scientologist. But, like, if you see the guy in person, like, the friendliest, nicest, most charismatic fucking guy you ever come across.
Oh.
It's like he's been out of touch for so long, and now he's got kids that are coming into a generation of being that out of touch from the get-go.
Yeah. It's like where those people, they try to get, like, real motivational and stuff. It's like that stupid, who's that fucko from Transformers?
Shia LaBeouf?
Oh, I could not watch that fucking video with him.
Which one?
He's like, just do it! Have you seen that?
I don't think so.
He just fucking screams. What's his name? How do you spell it? Shallow LaBeouf? Sure, I'll go with that. It's the stupidest fucking thing, and it's like a guy trying to do a motivational speech, and you're like, he left him. Like, he really feels he's getting a movement.
Comedic?
No, it's him.
Because this guy's constantly playing joke on people.
Just do it!
Allegedly.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make
is
your
hilarious.
dreams come true! Just do it!
Look at him.
Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!
Dude, this is fucking genius. I can never tell. I'm always pulling for him to be like,
stop giving up.
Well, I just about lost my copy there, man.
just Illuminati's out.
But it's like the guy's trying to do something really like touching and inspiring, but it's like you just went off the deep end, and everyone thinks you're a jackass.
No, but that's the thing. He wants to
I see if he's trying to be funny.
do that rile it up thing. Whatever you think about this,
Yeah.
I don't think he takes anything too seriously, but I don't know if he's out of his mind or not. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Well, who
Like
was it?
Joaquin-
James Kennedy telling us you can phone him for $1 or something? Like you phone him for $10.
Yeah, it was something
Talk
like
to him for a
that. Well,
minute?
that was just something he was doing for a while.
You could like.
I saw one where
you
they
could
talked to
pay
him in an
money.
elevator. You could go hang out with him in an elevator, and he was just taking the elevator all day.
Yeah.
He would just have elevator conversation.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, clearly this guy's thinking differently from day to day than you or I might be.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's crazy or if he's out of touch or if it's some sort of elaborate plan that you get when you're slightly smart and slightly bored and rich as fuck. Maybe this weird artistic thing comes over you, and you're just trying something that's crazy, like Joaquin Phoenix did. Like, guys were in on that, and there was a bunch of people that fell on their face for it. That thought he's like, I'm gonna quit acting and be a rapper. And like he had like other like real credible people behind him, like in on the joke with him, like Casey Affleck and shit.
Yeah.
And they're just doing something. I don't know if you call it performance art or if you call it like just a big inside joke.
Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get
But the one thing that he is, does he have a ponytail?
Yeah. He's lost his fucking mind, man.
That's unbelievable. Well, it's possible. It's entirely possible. But that guy, if he's anything, he's a fucking good actor. He's got range and he's got some, like, what he's doing right there. 3 seconds after that camera cuts, I could see him falling on the floor fucking laughing.
Yeah.
It's possible. He's good at what he does. Whether or not that takes an element of being crazy,
Yeah.
it seems to. It seems like most high-level actors somehow, some way, a little fucking out of their minds.
Yeah.
Except Leo.
Leo's
God bless Leo.
What in the living hell is going on with Shia LaBeouf?
But who knows? Because that guy's had like substance abuse problems, like where that's no joke. Like he got like alcohol problems and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Early on in his career. One. It's pretty bad for him. He was getting DUIs all over the place. He was showing up at places drunk, causing scenes, getting kicked out.
How bad you could let it go when you when money's not an issue, because that's always one of my biggest regrets. Anytime you go party, wake up the next day, you look at your bank account, you're like, "Fuck, man! I just spent $300 at the bar last night." You're like, "Now I got to struggle till my next paycheck," and like that's my biggest regret. I'm like, if I could just wake up and look, and it's like, "Oh, you still got 20 in there, like $1 million."
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't seem to matter how much you pissed away the night before. You're gonna be tired, like take a nap. And if you have that money, you can do everything to just recover properly. Like you're tired, you're hungry, you don't have to cook for yourself. Phone something, get it delivered, eat it.
Yeah, you could lack discipline completely, and all of a sudden it's a Mike Tyson situation where you go one day and you're like, "Where's my $400 million?" It's like, "Oh, it's all gone, Mike. It's all gone." Or you can just have that Charlie Sheen thing going on where it's like, no matter how far you come off the rails, certainly the money will not stop.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Well, when I looked up like the lifestyle Bill Zarian lives and his net worth, he doesn't have as much money as you think.
Does he have like $100 million?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But look at what he's doing every week. He's like flying a helicopter onto a mega yacht. Yeah. And you're like, hey, to rent that yacht, it's got to be like, at least 30 grand for a weekend or something, probably more. You got to pay a crew, got to do the whole thing. And you're like, he's on one every fucking weekend, and every 2 days he's in a different country doing something.
With four buddies.
Or partying with different chicks.
4 buddies, right? You probably cut that pretty easy.
I've always started paying for him to be there.
Well, maybe. Or maybe there are other big poker players, too. They got nothing but money and fuck around.
Apparently that's how, like, his Instagram goes. That's how he gets all the chicks, his Instagram. He says he doesn't, like, get escorts, but he pays for them to come and party. Like, it's usually chicks will message him or send him pictures of them naked or something on Instagram. Like, hey, let's party this weekend. And he'll be like, sure. And he'll buy them all, like, a flight, like, fly them into Vegas and just pay for them to come hang out for the weekend. And these broads just line up and come and do it. Almost makes me want to cry,
Is that classy or what?
I like it.
You like it? You like paying for broads?
Yeah,
If it doesn't matter, I guess.
If it doesn't matter, who cares, huh?
Just throw some money at it.
Jesus, well, my looks aren't going to do it, I'll tell you that.
There it is right there, son.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, money, dollar bill, y'all.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Where'd you get that at? Winners.
Nope.
I bought a shirt one time at Winners.
I still shop in the mall. I just got a couple of cool ones.
Yeah, I saw a shirt at Winners the other day, and it was like, "We want prenup." It was just a Rocawear shirt, and it just says, "We want prenup." Like, it's classy.
Hoes.
Apparently, those things don't hold up in court either, though. Prenups.
I was actually talking to
if you
a lawyer, not really my lawyer, but a lawyer the other day. And
why were you talking to him, not your guy?
She was my lawyer.
Okay.
But she was talking about how prenups hold up, how
those charges go, by the way? Should get you off or what?
Cohabitation is basically like a prenup for your house. So it's like you can sign like a cohabitation contract. And like she was talking about how like that can fall through after how many years it becomes like all that shit. But she's like, it'll hold up for a while, but you got to make some decisions.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, all right.
Because that is what do they do there with that? A prenup, if you sign it like after you're already married, or you're like getting, I guess not after married, but like if you're engaged and going to get married, and then you get your wife to do a prenup, apparently she can say that she signed it out of duress, where it's like if you force her to do it, where it's like, we're not getting married if you don't do this, and then she signs it, she's like, well, I had to, like he made me sign it in order to keep going on, so I signed out of duress, and this, they can throw the whole prenup out. Like, how the fuck does that work? What's the point of this thing then if she can just say that?
Well, the thing is, all lawyers don't really give a shit. Because they all want that loophole. They'll all get to expose it one day, too. Yeah. All they do is just make money off these two rich people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, let's create a couple loopholes so these cases can go deep. Send them into deep water where it's like, we're going to have to go back 3-4 more trials. It's going to be like 400 grand. They're exposing us, man. There's this precedent. She might have been under duress. It's like they're working on a third team. Just both lawyers are like, let's drag this fucker out.
Yeah.
There's a big pool of money here. Cottage industry, fucking divorce lawyers.
What
time is it?
Yeah, you got to close it out now.
We still rolling?
53
You
minutes.
see
yeah.
me rolling. That's good enough for these
Lady
people.
patrolling.
That's good enough.
Okay, say something.
We'll be back again this week.
No, next week's show, what are we talking about?
This week?
This week's show.
We got a big week. We're going to have Elon Musk in via Skype. If he doesn't turn us down, which I'll admit he might. But tune in.
Just start calling him.
Maybe
like,
we
just
got him.
ringing it in. He was supposed to answer.
Elon, thank you for 5 minutes of your time.
Welcome to Address This Mess. How's your new car doing?
You want to send us a t-shirt or something there, Elon? Yeah. So we'll see you guys later. Take care of each other.